recording.
Okay, my name's Corey Hughes. I'm with Field Turf West Coast Installations. We're just going to go through a basic maintenance package, I guess you would call it. The biggest issues that we're going to run into are on baseball fields are your batter's boxes and your catcher's area. The easiest solution that you're going to have as far as maintaining is either a broom or a rake. Now I'm going to leave 4 gallons or four trash bins of rubber for you guys, and what that's going to do is every time you guys get, say after practice or a game, you're just going to lightly toss rubber on here with a grain shovel, and then you're going to take the back end of the rake right here. You can do this too, but it's a lot easier if you use the back end, and you just gently swipe at it and it'll fall right in. Now if you don't maintain this thing after every practice or after every game, you're going to have problems where you get all the way down to the bottom of this, the backing, where the rubber and sand are gone just from kicking, whatever you have. But you're just going to gently rake it with the backside. Now if you don't have a rake, you can use a normal broom, and you're just gonna, just like that. Usually it takes a couple swipes, a couple passes. It's the exact same thing in the catcher's area. Now these are all what we consider high traffic areas. You guys do have I believe it's an 8-year warranty we have. If you have any kind of issues at all, any kind of tears, any seams that are coming up, please do not handle them yourselves. Call Field Turf. It should be in the warranty package that we give you guys. Let's see here. Now you guys are going to have a portable mound for your pitching area. It's the same concept. It's going to have turf on it. It's not here right now, so we'll just pretend that it's there. The biggest issue you're going to have with the mounds themselves that are turf is when the pitcher comes through and drags off. So that's very important that that's maintained, just like the home plate's maintained. Let's see here. Now, as far as baseball goes, that's your biggest maintenance issue, is that. Now soccer, is much more aggressive than baseball is because of the running around, corner kicks constantly. It's the same concept. Just the light brush with either the back end of a rake or the broom itself. You just add material. And if you guys run out of material, feel free to call us. We'll bring some more out to you. Let's see here. You're not going to really have to worry about the base paths, first and third. Second base you will, because there's more sliding in second base than there are on any of the bases besides home plate. It's usually a huge swath that's about 9 feet. That needs to be maintained as well. Not as aggressively as you would do home plate or pitchers. Let's see, where else we at? Your penalty kicks now. This is the highest used area on any sports field. Everybody's always practicing their kicks. It's very important that this is maintained constantly. Even during games, if it's getting low, you can always bring out a little bit of rubber, sift it in. Use your hand if you want, if you don't have a broom or a rake handy. And let's see. Sometimes this is a pretty high traffic area, depends on the use of it. Maintaining in between these bricks. We'll pretend there's a soccer goal here. So from this green dot to this green dot would be a soccer goal. Everything usually inside here where the goalie stands, because he's always constantly going back and forth. That's another area that needs to be addressed. It's not as aggressive as it kicks or home plates, but it will cause some issues down the line. Now the biggest thing is no sunflower seeds whatsoever. If you have sunflower seeds on here, I mean, it's going to happen. People tend to break that a little bit, but sunflower seeds are very dangerous. They don't degrade very easy, and they'll splinter off and they get stuck in people's arms. So if you see somebody with sunflower seeds, please tell them not to put it on the field. Let's see, Gatorades, sodas, stuff like that. It's not recommended they're on here, but you can't stop that because sports teams need electrolytes. Just if players are dumping Gatorade on here, it'll harden up over time, especially if it's a high use area where people are standing around. Like baseball, usually it's by the bullpens themselves and the batters or the dugouts. You just want to take a little bit of fabric softener with water, dilute it, and you can just spray it over it and it'll break it down. You don't have to worry about anything else. It'll just wash through the system. See, gum is easiest thing for gum. Peanut butter washes away easy. Spikes. Baseball players, if they're using metal cleats out here, which we recommend not doing, but you can't tell them not to use it. The metal cleats will cause a huge issue throughout time on this because they'll heat up. They can melt the fiber a little bit. I mean, it's pretty rare, but it's possible. It will wear down home plate aggressively. Or any kind of plastic cleat or turf shoe is recommended. I think that's really it as far as that.
Did you cover, maybe you did, maybe you didn't, the actual installation of the base at third, second, and first?
Oh, no.
You talked about the wear and tear, but you could talk a little bit about the actual install of the base. How does that secure? How does it?
So every base will have a plug. Right here. And the base just sits snug in this little this peg here. Let's see. Gosh, I don't think I have a base out here.
And any type of maintenance with that, or just
nope.
Once the base is not in, you put the plug back in?
Yep.
Okay.
Pretty much maintenance free.
Perfect.
On that, and the base will sit perfectly on top. You don't have to worry about it rocking back and forth. It's not going to cause any kind of a harm or an issue with injuries. Every base has that. Third base, second base, and first base all have a plug like this.
Do you want to talk about the mound at all? I know you talked about the maintenance of it, but is there dirt that's brought in?
Nope.
No dirt?
No dirt. It's a portable mound.
Okay.
Portable mounds coming in here. I believe that's what the spec shows.
Is that provided by you guys?
No.
Nope. Okay.
Nope. You guys are actually ordering that. Actually, I think it's on its way.
Perfect. Okay.
According to Kevin. There's the portable mound over there. You better go look at these spots. This is where the catcher's going to be on this 9x13 section, and that 9x13 section is where another portable mound is going. Now this is the exact same thing as it is over here. There's a plate that we'll be putting in once it's in. It's the same concept. You're going to have to take care of this back area behind catchers. As it'll degrade fast if you don't. Gosh, I think that's.
Is there any type of maintenance where it comes in contact with or anything you need to be careful about when it comes in contact with the concrete foundation edge around the perimeter?
No.
Nothing like that.
No, because you have a fence line there. So, I mean, just like with any kind of cleat, plastic or metal,
Okay.
I guess this will be an entryway. I'm not quite sure. I don't have the plan.
The basics of the maintenance portion. Would you like to walk us through the machinery now?
Yeah.
Unless you can think of something else, but
No, I mean, it's the biggest things are taking care of the home plate area. I do recommend for home plate in the batters areas, if you have some kind of a hitting mat, you can go to Home Depot. This is like just you know, the bar mats.
Yes.
That they're rubber bar mats, about 3/4 inch thick. You can lay them down. That'll save the life of the turf greatly, and it'll also help with maintenance as well. You won't have to do it as often. But that's only during practices. Obviously during games you can't do that. Well, let's go take a look at the machines now.
right.
This here is what they call an SMG Groom Right. This is the machine that you guys will use primarily after the first year of use, when the field kind of wears, settles in. If you have multiple areas on the field that are hard, these tines that are down here, I don't know if you can see them, but there's these metal tines. And once you lower this thing down, this little gauge right here will drop it down. It's supposed to break up the hard areas, the compacted, make it loose, and then the brush themselves right there basically just knocks it back down, the material.
Kind of like tilling dirt.
Yeah, it's kind of like that,
Let
yeah.
it back up.
Yeah. Now the important thing to remember on this thing is these tines, you really don't want to use these all too often, and if you do, they're only supposed to go into the turf about 1/2 inch. If they get too far down, these lines out here that are glued in, the soccer and the baseball lines in the white, you can twist them.
Oh wow.
So I mean, we'll have to come back out, readjust those
So
lines.
it's very important that you're only 1/2 inch down.
Correct.
Okay.
So this machine will hardly be used. Maybe 20, 30 times for the entirety of it, the life of the field. Now, after the first time that this is going to be used, we recommend that you call us so we come out and we show you guys how to do this. We give you the proper training on it. Same thing with this machine right here. Fortunately it's not unpacked. This is a sweeper. This is what's going to clean the field of the leaf debris, any kind of debris really that gets on there. As you can see, it's got metal grates at the bottom, so when you guys are sweeping this thing, when you pick up the rubber, which is going to happen, it'll fall right back down through the bottom. It's got the brushes down here. Now it has your height adjustment on the side, on both sides right here. Now this right here, you're going to want to keep this thing just so it's tickling the top of the turf for the first year, until the fibers actually create an armor for itself. Then once the armor is created and the fibers interlock on each other, then you can lower this thing a little bit further so it's a little bit more aggressive on the turf. This can be used every day. You're not gonna upset the turf at all. You're not gonna move any lines with this thing. It's probably one of your better friends to have on the field.
Would you recommend that this be used after every sporting event?
Yeah.
Practice?
Yeah, even before.
Even before?
Well, I wouldn't say before, after practice.
Okay.
I mean, you know, you can go in between, but during games, more people are on here. You got fans. You're gonna have leaf debris on here, so anytime you have a bunch of leaf debris, I'd suggest using it. If it's minimal leaf debris, you can just take a backpack blower to it and you can blow it off. Very simple to use. I recommend if you're gonna when you use these machines right here, use a gator, something like that, or any kind of UTV. Golf carts work as well. That's the basic gist of it.
So question on this, do they need to, whether they're using a golf cart, any type of piece of machinery, do they need to be careful with their turning?
No, only with this machine right here. if the tines are down.
Got it.
Slow and steady on turns.
And again, that's where you said in a year when they actually first start that, you're going to give them a on-site kind of training.
Correct, yes.
With that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What they'll do is they'll call us if they have an area they think that's of concern, where it's harder in some areas, softer.
Okay.
Then they'll call us, we'll come out, we'll take a look at it, and then from there we'll decide whether we're going to use this or if we're going to use, you know, just a simple method just to break it up. He said this right here is worst case scenario.
Okay.
Right
Is there
here.
any specific, I'm just thinking of everything, any specific cleaning requirements or
No.
lubing or
Nope.
adjustments or anything?
Over time, these bristles on the broom will wear down, but
That's going to be a long time.
yeah, it's going to be a while till that happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know, with plastic hitting plastic when it's hot outside,
Yeah.
it'll wear down faster, but maybe 3-4 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
And that's something that can be replaced easy with just a simple Home Depot. Go to Home Depot, get a broom head, unscrew it, slide it in,
that's
bolt
good.
it on. Yeah. You can get softer bristles if you want for later. Harder, it doesn't really matter.
There's, one's not recommended over the other.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
I'm just trying to think of anything at all possible. Any requirements that would be different in the wintertime than the summertime?
Nope.
Everything flows just the same.
It's all the same.
Okay.
Yep.
And there's nothing they need to know about drainage of the field or
No.
any type of grates or anything of that nature.
Grates, no. They do have these for the soccer goal mounts. Underneath this lid right here is it's kind of like a metal wire, I guess you want to call it, a protective wire, safety wire that they'll wrap around the goalposts so nobody takes them. But
Okay.
yeah, I mean, it's easy to lift off.
Oh, perfect.
You have the wire right here. And it just locks in with a normal lock. Yeah. Pretty simple as far as that goes.
Okay.
I mean, to reiterate, the most important thing is if there is an issue with the field, vandalism, a line is coming up, call us ASAP. We'll get out here as fast as we can, usually within one day, sometimes the same day of the call. But it's important that we take care of this field when it comes to accidents, stuff like that of that nature.
Because I can think of two vandalism incidents offhand, which was someone lit up the fire
Firecrackers.
on that, and then the other would be spray painting.
Yeah.
So spray painting, again, is that something that you would come out and take care of, or is
Yeah.
that something they could fix?
I mean, they can do it themselves, but I mean, like I said,
Better for you guys.
be better for us because you know they're the ones that paid for the field.
And you're
We're the
great.
yeah, and we're the ones that'll come out and make sure that it's done properly.
Perfect.
And if something happens where we mess up on it, you know, it's still covered under us.
That's all right.
So,
Okay, Corey,
yeah,
thank you.
yeah,
Appreciate
problem.
it.